Last week, I got my colour analysis done, and let's just say it didn't exactly turn out to be what I thought it would. Keep watching to find out exactly what my colour palette is and why it's got me so shocked. More to the point, can it tempt me away from a wardrobe that's mostly black and grey? You might be asking yourself, what's the point of colour analysis? Well, colour analysis isn't new. In fact, it's been around since the 80s. I remember when I was about 12, my friends and I got word that our high school teacher, let's call her Mrs. Frenchy, had a side hustle as a seasonal colour analyst. That's really hard to say. We begged her to do our colours, and it was so exciting to find out what colour season I was. The process promises you that you'll get the ideal colours that bring out the best in you and make you glow. I tend to wear mostly black and grey because I feel like they fulfil the brief of being edgy and easy to style and everything goes well together. But I'm worried it's just getting boring, and as I'm getting older, I've started to ask myself, am I just fading into the background? Fast forward to me being in my 40s, and I have no memory of what season Mrs. Frenchy said I was when I was 12. It felt like time to start adding some colour back in, and I had to find a starting point. So I tried doing some online colour tests, and here is where I ran into problems. The quizzes are built around 3 key factors: your hair colour, your eye colour, and your skin tone. More specifically, whether your skin is warm or cool, and the warm or cool toned skin thing will be important later. My eye colour and hair colour aren't that difficult to determine. I have medium brown hair and medium to dark eyes. The biggest issue I had was working out if I have warm or cool toned skin. I'm very fair in the winter months, but I tan easily in the summer. I think I have a peachy undertone, but I also have what the Clinique counter lady calls high colour, also more basically known as redness. Thanks, Clinique counter lady. The free online guides tell you to check the veins in your wrists. If they're blue/purple, you have cool toned skin. If they're green, you have warm toned skin. You can also make a judgment on whether you look better in gold or silver jewellery. But I'm not really sure what happens if you have all 3 colour veins and you think you look pretty good in either gold or silver. It can get really confusing. From following these online quizzes, I did manage to narrow my seasons down to either deep winter or deep autumn, but the deciding factor was, do I have warm or cool toned skin? I bought some palettes from Etsy, and I tried to check out which one I thought was more flattering, and I still couldn't make my mind up. Even friends were split, with the majority who know me in real life deciding I'm a winter, but still a few saying autumn, or even randomly summer. So finally, after a period of crippling anxiety at the thought of reaching out to a company for a freebie, I messaged Your Colour Guru on Instagram. They've done colour analysis for a couple of my sewing bee pals like Nicole and Vicky, and it was a massive relief when they said they'd love to send me a complimentary consultation in exchange for me sharing on my social media. So here we are. It was a pretty easy process. I just had to upload 5 or 6 photos of me in good light, ideally a couple without makeup, and the report arrived in my inbox within a couple of days. So let me just say that by this point, I was convinced I would be a winter of some kind. So I was shocked when my report said I was twilight autumn. Let's look at my autumn palette. It's all muted colours, which the report describes as being colours with a little bit of other colours mixed in. The opposite to this is clear, which is a colour in its pure form. My heart sank a bit, I won't lie. First, let's just address the elephant in the room. Autumns apparently shouldn't wear black. It's classed as a clear colour, which is a no for autumns. Black is approximately 90% of my wardrobe, also I thought, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Straight away, I can tell you that I'm probably never going to wear much brown or the earth colours on this palette. I'm just really not drawn to them, but there are a lot of other colours on this palette that have potential. I love the turquoises, kingfisher blue, navy, the yellows and the oranges and the greens. Something I've found really interesting about getting my palette is that even though some of the colours really don't feel like me, others are absolutely spot on. A couple of the colours on this card are very close to colours I've had in my hair in the past few years, especially the teal colour, which was my favourite of all the non-natural colours I've ever had my hair dyed. I really miss that bob. I might grow it again actually. So I thought we could look through my wardrobe to see if the reality really matches up to the vision I have in my head of my wardrobe. What colours, if any, am I already wearing that match my autumn palette? And do I have more colour in there than I thought? Hi, I'm here in my bedroom. I've pulled out the vast majority of what lives in my wardrobe. As you can see, I really wasn't lying when I said that nearly everything is grey, black, little splash of white. However, there is hope because there was some colour in my wardrobe. There's this kind of dark aubergine colour dress and some red stuff and some green stuff. And the bonus is that all of this is on the autumn palette. So reds are pretty good. There's a lot of shades of red and brown and mustardy yellow on the palette. And this khaki green and this kind of foresty green are both on the palette too. So I can work with this. Over on the bed, I've pulled out some of what's in my t-shirt drawer. I mean, I won't lie, I have a lot of t-shirts. I mostly live in t-shirts and jeans, so this is a drop in the ocean of black and white and grey tank tops and long sleeve tops that I own, which, you know, actually putting all this out was a bit brutal on my morale, I'm not gonna lie. But again, there's hope. I do have some slightly more colourful offerings in the t-shirt drawer. And again, a lot of this is on the autumn palette, kind of muted maroon and a brick red, mustard and kind of khaki and army greens, and this dark petrol kingfisher coloured hoodie. They're all colours that are on my palette. So it would appear that I have already been gravitating towards these kinds of colours when I pick clothes that aren't black and grey. So maybe I wasn't too far off already. So what about the advice that I'm not supposed to wear black? Well, I wouldn't be much of a rebel if I stuck to the rules, would I? The way I see it, this colour analysis was something I did to get inspiration, not to change my whole wardrobe and become some new life rule that I have to strictly live by. But it will help me choose better when I'm shopping for fabric or browsing Vinted for secondhand clothes. I think it will definitely help me move away from the safe zone of various shades of grey. I'm really glad I reached out to your colour guru to get an analysis on my season. It's given me a great basis to start from. I'd be really interested in doing an in-person analysis to check my camera isn't doing anything funky to my skin tone. Perhaps it could be warming me up more than I am in real life. If you've had one done in person as well as digitally, please let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on that. I'd be really curious to know if you have any experience with the difference and whether your colour season was different in person. I wonder how much the light grey colour fabric I used in this video influenced how disappointed I am with the outcome. It's a colour which I'm not supposed to wear, and it was a pretty dramatic May. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!